Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm John. This is Amateur News Today, May 4th, 2021. And who can start a day without saying, May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. We made it. I hope you're celebrating. And if you got one, pet your Ewok. Also in the news today, we're going to discuss 7-Eleven drama in Japan. And we're also going to talk about a kid who got to do in an airport what all of us as little kids dream of doing. For our first story today, I want to talk about the big story. May the 4th. It's National Star Wars Day. How did it become National Star Wars Day? What's the history, and what movie should you be watching today? I did a little research on this by going to the best place for all information in the world where everything is honest and true, Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, Star Wars Day is an informal commemorative day observed annually on May the 4th, go figure, to celebrate George Lucas's Star Wars media franchise. Observance of the day spread quickly through social media and grassroots programs since the franchise began in 1977. Of course, the phrase May the 4th be with you is a play on the main phrase of the Star Wars franchise, May the Force be with you, just in case you didn't know that and you're more of one of these people who like to live long and prosper. So, where does the phrase May the 4th begin? And it may surprise you that it is not with George Lucas. First recorded reference of the phrase being used was on May 4th, 1979, the day that Margaret Thatcher was elected as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Her political party, the Conservatives, placed a congratulatory advertisement in the London Evening News saying, May the 4th be with you. So, just in case you all were wondering about Star Wars, perhaps Star Wars is a big supporter of the conservative movement in 1979 UK. Also, it looks like in the 1988 episode of Count Duckula, The Vampire Strikes Back, a spacefaring superhero, Tremendous Terrence, asks Duckula the date and is told May the 4th. And as Terrence departs, he tells all below, May the 4th be with you. In 2008, the first Facebook group appeared celebrating the Luke Skywalker Day with the same catchphrase. Of course, May the 4th be with you. Then in 2013, Walt Disney Company officially observed the holiday with several Star Wars events and festivities at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Disney had purchased Lucasfilms, including the rights to all Star Wars, in late 2012. The finale of the Clone Wars was made available on Disney Plus, May 4th, 2020, and then we get into other Disney stuff dealing with Star Wars that no one really cares about. So, now that it's May the 4th, you celebrated National Paranormal Day yesterday with your friends, you got dressed up, you high-fived a ghost, you went to a cemetery, you pet a ghoul, and you flew with a UFO. Now today is National Star Wars Day, and really the only thing you can do here is dress up in robes, grab your plastic lightsaber, maybe have your stuffy E.T., maybe your Baby Yoda if you're a much younger fan, and then watch some Star Wars movies. I did a little research on the top 11 Star Wars movies, which, I won't lie, kind of made me mildly upset. And the reason being was based off of this article from USA Today. Of course, the number one movie everybody should watch is The Empire Strikes Back. However, a few movies that did not make the list were the Ewok movies. How can the Ewok movies not make the list? I mean, they said 11 movies. Clearly there's 13 and a Christmas special, perhaps the best Christmas special to have ever been made. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. You'll thank me later. Comment down below what you think about that Christmas special. All I have to say, the Chewbacca, that stuff makes me cry. Anyways, there were two Ewok movies. They were The Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure, followed by The Battle for Endor. Watch those movies first, folks. Give them the love they deserve. Watch the Christmas special. Everyone else knows about the other trilogies. Moving on. Our next story takes us all the way across the ocean to Japan in the city of Higashiasoka, where a 7-Eleven franchisee owner got into a beef with the actual corporate 7-Eleven, so much so that they demanded he close his store. And they broke the contract with him in December 30th of 2019. And what the beef was over was 7-Eleven corporate wanted him to run his store for 24 hours. The franchisee owner said, nay, nay, not doing that, closing my store at night, going to sleep. And sleep he did. And that's how he got to a point where his contract was terminated. Well, 7-Eleven wanted him to relinquish all the building, the property, and everything back to corporate per the franchise agreement. And he said, no, again, this is mine. I don't agree with this breaking of the contract. And in fact, until a court intervenes, I'm going to keep running this store as if I am still the owner of this franchise. Well, he sells through all of his stock. He gets to where he's running off an unofficial cash register, unofficial ATM, can't sell any of the prepaid cards or anything like that. Then once he's sold through all of his stock, he closed his door and he put up a sign in his window that read, according to SoraNews24.com, closed due to legal battle and COVID-19. Since that time, 7-Eleven has built a temporary building in the parking lot of the existing 7-Eleven, which I believe sets a record for the first time a 7-Eleven was constructed in front of a 7-Eleven. Not to just completely outdo themselves, 7-Eleven, instead of just using the normal sign that's out front, decided to be really passive-aggressive and put another 7-Eleven sign, a smaller 7-Eleven sign for the smaller building in the parking lot. And now, from what I understand and reading, this is going through the court system in Japan. After doing about 2 minutes of research on the internet, I have not found a response from 7-Eleven corporate as to how they feel about this, what they want to see happen, and how they plan to move forward with other franchise owners should this happen in the future. And lastly, I want to talk about the big story of the day, which comes to us from NPR News, where a child made his way onto the conveyor belt baggage handling system at the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport on Saturday. According to the spokesperson, the 9-year-old boy, yes, he's 9, was not injured when police found him in the baggage system. And he was with about 20 people who were checking bags for a trip they were taken together, which makes sense at an airport. I don't know why 20 people would just come in otherwise. But regardless, among them was a 9-year-old child who dove onto the bag belt as it left the ticketing lobby to go down into where all the conveyors separate the bags to wherever they're going to their proper airplane, said the spokesman. Which 9-year-old me is I'm so jealous of this kid. And according to the spokesperson, just like in the movie Home Alone, he said that no one in the group initially noticed that the boy was missing. Quote, there was a lot of confusion because there were so many people in the group, he said. They were all checking their bags and putting their own bags onto the conveyor, so it took a second for them to realize he was missing. But as soon as they did, people sprang into action and police were able to find him quickly, within 5 minutes. A source with knowledge of the baggage system told NPR News that the incident raises serious safety and security concerns. Yeah, I bet. Can you imagine people taking notes about how easy it is to get past security of the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport? Thanks, guys. What was that just went into the luggage? Who knows? Could be a kid. It could be something else. What do we care? As long as we get people on the plane. I know that's being facetious and all, but geez, good God, man. Who doesn't see a kid get on a conveyor belt and go back? How many people are working back there? How many people are walking around? How many people were able to have eyeballs on this thing and yet somehow all at the same time not be looking in that direction, not see it, and a kid go back there and get to go see and go on all these conveyor belts, which 9-year-old me, and this is me is in my 40s thinking as a 9-year-old me, there is nothing back there but a lot of slides. It's a fun land, and I'm pretty sure there's cotton candy too. But I digress. Thank you for stopping by. I'm John. This is Amateur News Today. May the 4th be with you. Take care and have a good night.